The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter, also known as the Drummer Boy quarter, is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. It was issued to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence and features a special reverse design created by Jack L.R. Unlike other Washington quarters, which typically display an eagle on the reverse, the bicentennial quarter showcases a colonial drummer, along with a torch surrounded by 13 stars representing the original 13 colonies. Millions of these quarters were produced across different U.S. mint facilities, including Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D Mint Mark, and San Francisco, S Mint Mark. While most of these coins are common and only worth face value, some contain rare mint errors or are in exceptionally high-grade condition, making them significantly valuable to collectors. Mintage and metal composition. The U.S. Mint produced several variations of the bicentennial quarter, regular copper-nickel-clad quarters, Philadelphia and Denver Mint. These quarters contained 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper core. San Francisco Mint-clad proof quarters, proof coins struck in copper-nickel with a special mirror-like finish. San Francisco Mint 40% silver business strike quarters. These were included in special collector sets and contain 40% silver and 60% copper. San Francisco Mint 40% silver proof quarters, similar to the business strike version but with a proof finish, featuring deep cameo contrast. The Denver Mint, D Mint Mark, produced over 860 million bicentennial quarters, making them one of the most common variations. However, certain error coins and high-grade examples from the Denver Mint can be extremely valuable. Valuable mint errors and their market prices. While the majority of bicentennial quarters are worth only face value, rare mint errors or high-quality specimens graded by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Below are some of the most valuable errors found on the 1776 to 1976 D bicentennial quarter and their respective market values. 1. High-grade Mint State 68 quarter, sold for over $6,000. One of the most significant factors affecting a coin's value is its grade. The Sheldon grading scale ranges from 1, poor, to 70, perfect uncirculated, and a higher grade significantly increases a coin's value. A 1976 AD bicentennial quarter graded MS68, near perfect condition, sold for over $6,000 at auction. However, most circulated quarters, which show signs of wear and scratches, are not worth nearly as much. 2. Double denomination error, sold for over $20,800. One of the rarest and most fascinating errors is the double denomination error, where a bicentennial quarter was accidentally overstruck on another coin. One such example involved a 1976 bicentennial quarter overstruck on an Eisenhower dollar, creating a unique and visually striking error. This incredible coin sold for over $20,800 at auction. 3. Struck-through errors, sold for $600 to $800. A struck-through error occurs when a foreign object interferes with the minting process, leaving an imprint on the coin. One bicentennial quarter was struck through cloth, leaving behind a woven texture on the coin surface. This coin sold for over $600 due to the uniqueness of the error. Another example is a bicentennial quarter with a struck-in wire, where a thin metal wire was embedded into the coin during minting. This error resulted in the coin selling for $700. 4. Broad-struck and off-center errors, sold for $110 to $250. A broad strike error occurs when the collar die fails, allowing the metal to spread outward, creating a misshapen, wider than normal coin. A 1976 AD bicentennial quarter with a broad strike error sold for $110. Similarly, off-center strikes occur when the coin is not properly aligned with the dies, resulting in part of the design being missing. A 15% off-center bicentennial quarter sold for $130. A 30% off-center strike sold for $250. 5. Clipped planchet errors, sold for $50. Planchet clips happen when the metal sheet from which coins are cut is misaligned, leading to missing portions of the coin's edge. A triple clip bicentennial quarter sold for $50. 6. Missing clad layer, sold for $70. Some quarters miss the outer nickel-clad layer, revealing the copper core beneath. A bicentennial quarter missing its obverse clad layer sold for $70. 7. Double die obverse, DDO, sold for $400 to $800. A double die obverse, DDO, error occurs when the coin's design is slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the die-making process. A DDO bicentennial quarter graded -53 Australian dollars sold for $400. A mint state 62 DDO bicentennial quarter sold for $800. 8. Die clash and die break errors, sold for $200 to $440. A die clash occurs when the dies strike each other without a planchette in between, leaving unintended design elements on the coin. A 1976 D quarter with a die clash sold for $440. A die break, CUD, near the date 1776 to 1976 sold for $200. 9. Struck on a dime planchette, sold for $2,200. In rare cases, a quarter may be struck on a smaller planchette, such as a dime. A bicentennial quarter struck on a dime planchette sold for $2,200. Silver versus non-silver 1776 to 1976 quarters. It is important to distinguish between the different compositions of bicentennial quarters: regular clad quarters, no silver, found in circulation, worth face value unless an error is present. 40% silver quarters, San Francisco Mint, the mint mark, worth $5 to $20, depending on condition. 40% silver proof quarters, higher quality, worth $10 to $50 or $1,900 plus if graded proof 70 deep cameo. To identify a silver bicentennial quarter, check for the mint mark and weigh the coin. A copper nickel clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while a 40% silver quarter weighs 5.75 grams. Final thoughts: should you check your change? If you find a 1776 to 1976 D bicentennial quarter, check for mint errors, silver content, and high-grade conditions. While most are worth only 25 cents, rare errors and high-quality examples can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Always inspect for doubling, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, broad strikes, and die clashes. If you suspect your quarter may be valuable, consider having it graded by PCGS or NGC. With millions of bicentennial quarters still in circulation, you never know when you might find a rare and valuable one in your pocket chain. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter, which was discontinued in 1930 due to a design change and a reduced demand for coins featuring a figure of liberty. The Washington quarter quickly became a staple of U.S. currency, and its design has remained relatively consistent for many years. In 1970, the U.S. Mint produced the Washington quarter in both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, mint mark D. The Denver minted quarters are of particular interest to collectors because of their relatively low mintage compared to other years. The 1970 D quarter became notable not only because of its place in the series, but also due to its role in a larger trend of coin collecting during the late 1960s and early 1970s. 1970 D Washington quarter features. The 1970 D Washington quarter features the familiar design of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. On the obverse, Washington's bust faces left, and on the reverse, the eagle is depicted in flight with its wings spread, holding an olive branch and arrows. This simple yet striking design has made the Washington quarter one of the most collected coins in American history. The 1970 D quarter, like most of its era, was minted in 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. These features make it similar in size and weight to modern quarters, but collectors pay special attention to the minting history and characteristics, which influence its value. Mintage and rarity: why some 1970 D quarters are rare. The 1970 D Washington quarter was produced in relatively large numbers, with over 600 million coins minted. However, not all of them were distributed or survived in high-grade condition, which is what makes certain coins rare today. The bulk of coins from the 1970s were used in daily circulation, and many were lost, damaged, or worn down over time. What makes some 1970 D quarters worth more than face value is their rarity in good condition. Coins with higher grades, like MS-65 or MS-66, are in demand because fewer of them survived in these pristine conditions. As a result, these coins can fetch significantly more on the secondary market than a worn or circulated coin. Key factors for value. Mint condition. Coins that have been well preserved and remain in excellent condition are the most valuable. A coin with few scratches, dents, or discolorations will typically be worth more than a coin that has been circulated for many years. Scarcity. As mentioned, even though the 1970 AD quarter had a large mintage, few of them have remained in excellent condition over time. The relative scarcity of high-grade 1970 AD quarters increases their value among collectors. Demand. The Washington quarter is highly collected, and with a growing interest in numismatics over the years, coins from specific years, like 1970s D, continue to rise in value. Grading the 1970s D Washington quarter. When it comes to rare coins, grading is an essential process. The condition of a coin can significantly influence its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin in uncirculated condition. Circulated coins, a 1970 AD quarter that has been used in daily transactions will typically show signs of wear, such as faded details and a worn surface. Such coins may have a grade ranging from 1 to 50, and their value is usually close to face value unless they have unique characteristics. Uncirculated coins, coins that show no signs of wear and still retain their original luster, will be graded between 60 and 70. These coins are considered much rarer and can fetch much higher prices in the market. Why are rare coins worth money today? Rare coins, including the 1970 AD Washington quarter, hold value because of several factors, including rarity, condition, historical significance, and collector demand. 1. Rarity. The rarity of a coin is a primary factor in determining its value. If fewer coins were produced in a given year, or if fewer of those coins remain in excellent condition, they will be more valuable. Coins that are no longer in circulation, especially in mint condition, can be particularly prized. For example, the 1970 AD quarter's relatively high mintage does not mean that every coin is easily obtainable. Most of the coins circulated heavily, and many were damaged or lost. Coins that survived with little wear and are in high-grade condition are much rarer and thus have higher value. 2. Condition. Condition is critical in coin collecting. The better the condition, the higher the price a coin can fetch on the market. Coins that remain uncirculated, or in a high mint state, are valued much more highly than those with heavy wear. As time passes, coins that were once in everyday circulation become harder to find in good condition, and those that remain are worth more. 3. Historical significance. The historical context of a coin also plays a role in its value. Coins that were minted during a specific event, like the bicentennial of the United States or the introduction of new coinage, may hold additional historical appeal. For example, the Washington quarter is steeped in American history, featuring one of the country's most revered figures, George Washington. 4. Collectability and demand. Numismatics, coin collecting, is a popular hobby, and there is significant demand for rare coins like the 1970 D Washington quarter. Collectors seek these coins to complete their sets, commemorate historical milestones, or as long-term investments. The interest in rare coins has grown over time, which adds to the value of these coins. The rise of 4K rare coins. The popularity of rare coin collecting has been boosted by technological advancements, including the ability to view high-definition images of coins online. The 4K trend refers to high-resolution imagery of rare coins, which allows collectors to study every detail of the coin before purchasing. This level of detail has made it easier for collectors to appreciate the beauty and rarity of coins like the 1970 D Washington quarter. In addition, digital platforms and social media have helped foster communities of collectors and investors. Many collectors share their discoveries, discuss rare coins, and even offer coins for sale online. These factors have led to increased demand for rare coins, driving up their market value. Conclusion. The 1970s D Washington quarter is a prime example of why rare coins are worth money today. While the 1970 D quarter was minted in large numbers, those that have survived in excellent condition are much rarer and more valuable. Factors like rarity, condition, historical significance, and collectability all play a role in determining the price of a coin. If you're a numismatist or an investor looking to understand the world of rare coins, recognizing the key elements that influence coin value will help you make more informed decisions. Whether you're collecting for fun or as a financial investment, the 1970 AD Washington Quarter and other rare coins offer a fascinating glimpse into the past and the evolving world of coin collecting. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more insights into rare coins, their history, and how to assess their value in the ever-changing numismatic marketplace. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. It replaced the Standing Liberty Quarter, which was discontinued in 1930 due to a design change and a reduced demand for coins featuring a figure of liberty. The Washington Quarter quickly became a staple of U.S. currency, and its design has remained relatively consistent for many years. In 1970, the U.S. Mint produced the Washington Quarter in both Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, and Denver, Mint Mark D. The Denver minted quarters are of particular interest to collectors because of their relatively low mintage compared to other years. The 1970 D quarter became notable not only because of its place in the series, but also due to its role in a larger trend of coin collecting during the late 1960s and early 1970s. 1970 D Washington Quarter features. The 1970 D Washington Quarter features the familiar design of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. On the obverse, Washington's bust faces left, and on the reverse, the eagle is depicted in flight with its wings spread, holding an olive branch and arrows. This simple yet striking design has made the Washington Quarter one of the most collected coins in American history. The 1970 D quarter, like most of its era, was minted in 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. These features make it similar in size and weight to modern quarters, but collectors pay special attention to the minting history and characteristics, which influence its value. Mintage and rarity, why some 1970 D quarters are rare. The 1970 D Washington Quarter was produced in relatively large numbers, with over 600 million coins minted. However, not all of them were distributed or survived in high-grade condition, which is what makes certain coins rare today. The bulk of coins from the 1970s were used in daily circulation, and many were lost, damaged, or worn down over time. What makes some 1970 D quarters worth more than face value is their rarity in good condition. Coins with higher grades, like MS-65 or MS-66, are in demand because fewer of them survived in these pristine conditions. As a result, these coins can fetch significantly more on the secondary market than a worn or circulated coin. Key factors for value. Mint condition, coins that have been well preserved and remain in excellent condition are the most valuable. A coin with few scratches, dents, or discolorations will typically be worth more than a coin that has been circulated for many years. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter, minted to commemorate the United States' 200th anniversary, typically has a face value of 25 cents. However, its actual value can vary based on condition and demand. Circulated condition, generally worth face value, 25 cents. Uncirculated condition, can be worth $1 to $3. Proof condition, can be worth $3 to $5 or more, depending on the specifics. If you have a specific coin in mind, factors like mint mark, P, D, or S, and overall condition can significantly influence its market value. For precise valuation, it's best to consult a coin dealer or use a coin pricing guide.my. In 2008, and it was followed by the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters Program, 2009 to 2021. Though the state quarters are no longer in production, they continue to be an important part of American numismatic history. Other factors impacting coin value. Demand and popularity. Like other collectibles, the value of state quarters or bicentennial quarters is affected by current trends in the market. If interest in a particular coin design increases, perhaps due to a famous era or new historical significance, its value may rise. Precious metal prices. The value of silver and gold directly impacts the value of coins containing these metals. For example, state quarters made with silver or bicentennial quarters may rise in value as the price of silver increases. Collector communities, coin enthusiasts and collectors play a significant role in driving demand. The larger the base of collectors looking for specific coins, the more valuable those coins become. Conclusion. While most 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarters and state quarters are not particularly rare and are worth only a small premium above face value, there are exceptions. The 40% silver bicentennial quarters and certain state quarters with minting errors, rare varieties, or high grades can be valuable to collectors. As with all collectibles, the market is driven by factors such as rarity, demand, and condition. By keeping an eye on these elements and getting coins professionally graded, collectors can ensure they are aware of the true value of their holdings. Whether you are holding onto your quarters for nostalgic reasons or looking to make a profit, understanding their potential worth today is crucial for both new and seasoned collectors alike. Collectors, finding a high-grade 1776 to 1976 silver quarter could significantly increase its market value, especially if it's a part of a complete proof set from that year. Valuable state quarters, 1999 to 2008. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began issuing the State Quarters program, which included a series of 50 unique quarters, each representing one of the U.S. states. These quarters were released in the order that states were admitted to the Union, with the first coin being released in 1999 for Delaware. The series was completed in 2008 with the release of Hawaii's State Quarter. The State Quarters program. The State Quarters program was a huge success, and millions of coins were minted each year. The coins featured a reverse design specific to the state represented, incorporating elements of that state's history, culture, or geography. For example, the New Hampshire quarter depicted the Old Man of the Mountain, while the California quarter showed the image of a grizzly bear. Because of their wide distribution and limited number of special edition releases, most of the state quarters are not worth more than their face value. However, a few notable examples stand out due to their rarity, minting errors, or specific demand from collectors. Factors affecting the value of state quarters. Mint errors. Occasionally, minting errors can increase the value of certain state quarters. These errors could include misprints, double dies, or coins that were struck off-center. Collectors of error coins are often willing to pay a premium for state quarters with such mistakes. For instance, a 2004 Wisconsin quarter with an extra leaf on the ear of corn, often referred to as the high leaf variety, has become a sought-after coin among collectors. Condition. Grading the condition of the coin is critical in determining its value. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated sought-after coin among collectors. Condition. Grading the condition of the coin is critical in determining its value. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, with minimal wear and tear, are valued more highly than those that have been used in daily circulation. Professional grading services, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins graded as MS65 or higher can fetch a higher premium on the market. Limited releases. Some state quarters were produced in smaller quantities, particularly in mint and proof sets. Limited edition releases, like those sold in special packaging, may also carry a higher price tag. The United States quarter, or 25-cent coin, has a long history that reflects the nation's evolving identity. Over time, these coins have captured the hearts of collectors and investors alike. Among the most notable of these coins are the Liberty Quarter dollar, 1776 to 1976, and the state quarters issued from 1999 to 2008. Understanding the value of these quarters today involves looking at their historical significance, rarity, and the factors that influence their market worth. In this article, we will examine the Liberty Quarter dollar, including the bicentennial issues, and explore the current value of the state quarters in circulation. The Liberty Quarter dollar, 1776 to 1976. A brief history. The Liberty Quarter, originally known as the Liberty Seated Quarter, was introduced in 1838 and was minted until 1891. It depicted Lady Liberty seated on a rock, holding a shield and a spear, with the word Liberty inscribed on her dress. This design was symbolic of the United States' strength and independence. However, the coin underwent several design changes over the years, and by 1932, the U.S. Mint replaced the Liberty-seated design with the Washington Quarter, featuring a portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. In 1976, the U.S. Mint issued a special bicentennial quarter to commemorate the nation's 200th anniversary. This quarter featured a unique reverse design with the image of the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon, created by John David Sanfords. The obverse retained the traditional portrait of George Washington. These 1976 bicentennial quarters were minted in large numbers, both in copper-nickel clad and 40% silver versions, and became an important symbol of national pride. Bicentennial quarters, key features and value. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarters were issued in both clad and silver versions, which plays a significant role in their value today. The clad version, made of copper-nickel, was produced in large numbers, and its value is primarily tied to its status as a collectible item rather than for its precious metal content. In contrast, the 40% silver versions, which were produced for collectors and issued only in proof sets, are more valuable due to the intrinsic value of silver. Clad bicentennial quarters, 1976. These quarters are generally worth around face value, 25 cents, to a few dollars in uncirculated condition, depending on demand and market conditions. Collectors are often willing to pay a small premium for well-preserved coins, especially those that have been graded as high-quality specimens, e.g., MS-65 or higher. Silver bicentennial quarters, 1976. These coins are worth more, often ranging from $5 to $10 or more, depending on the silver content, for approximately 0.179 ounces of silver, and the condition of the coin. The price of silver has a direct impact on the value of these quarters, so when silver prices rise, so too does the value of the 40% silver bicentennial quarter. For most